Hi, Lightning Leaders. So I told you in our Zoom chat that we had last week that I was going to put together a video about IXL because IXL has a whole bunch of stuff in there, and I wanted to go through some stuff with you so I could show you exactly what you can do in the app and how you can change what you're doing if you're having some trouble with the stuff you're doing over in Zern. Because we're going to use IXL. Think of Zern as like, if we were to do this in the classroom, think of Zern as our math lesson. And then IXL would be like the practice part. So Zern would be, that warm up and then coming to me for the lesson. And then the IXL would be like going to Miss Whitehan and Miss Lauk with the review and then the practice and stuff like that. So I'm going to, hopefully this works again, I'm going to share my screen and switch over to IXL here. So now you should see IXL. I logged in as Alyssa again. It saved her account to my computer, so I'm just going to use hers again. So when you log into IXL, this is the screen that you see. You have this recommendations tab here under the learning. And if you look over on the right side of the screen, there's this little gold star that says 18 skills suggested by your teacher. Now, I went through and highlighted some things for you to do. You don't have to do them. Some of the things you can do are what IXL recommends are things that IXL noticed you had some trouble with, and these are some things to work on to improve your math skills. Another way for IXL to help you is if on the top here you see there's this green bar and there's learning, diagnostic, and analytics. If you click on the diagnostic tab, it takes you to this arena, and it says step into the arena. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions to try and figure out where you are as a mathematician and what you need to work on. And it's going to give you an option. If you come across a question that you have no idea how to answer it, it's going to give you the option to say, I haven't learned this yet. And you can click on that. So IXL knows that it's something you don't know yet. So it's going to give you something else. And by doing this arena, it's going to figure out exactly what you need to be working on within each of these math skills. Now, also, if you go back to learning, the learning page, and you click on math, this page will pop up. Now, there is a whole bunch of stuff here, a whole bunch of stuff. And believe it or not, we've actually learned half of this stuff already in the classroom, which seems crazy, doesn't it? Now, if you notice on the left side here, there's all the different grade levels. Now, in the past, I was telling you not to touch this. I'm telling you now that I'm going to let you touch this part of the screen. But that doesn't mean you're allowed to jump into 8th grade math, because I don't want to get a whole bunch of messages saying, I can't do this. I'm like, no wonder you can't do this because you're doing 8th grade math. Don't pick 8th grade math. The reason I'm letting you come over here is because I want to give you the option to go down to 3rd grade. Now, this isn't saying that you're bad at math. By no means is that what this is. But by going back to the 3rd grade math, you get to practice some of the skills that we're using to do our 4th grade math. And you can come through and you can scroll down to practice things like division, your division facts, your multiplication facts. You can work on the beginnings of the fraction units. If you're having trouble understanding what a fraction is, come over to this Understanding Fractions tab in the 3rd grade and practice some of these skills, because these will help you to build your skills in the 4th grade fractions. So you have free reign to pick anything over here that you need to work on. Don't pick something that's super hard. That's not what IXL is for. IXL is here to be a practice on things you already know how to do to get even better and faster at it. Zern is there to help us learn new things. And I know some of us are still having trouble with that. So I'm moving some of you around in Zern to do different lessons. But when you come over to IXL, you can pick what you work on. So if you're struggling with fractions and really having trouble understanding what a fraction is, come over to these Understanding Fractions in the 3rd grade. and work on identifying the fractions and comparing the unit fractions and breaking up the whole and matching unit fractions to the models so you can understand the fractions a little better before we get into the harder stuff that we've been working on. So I hope this video gave you an idea of what you should be doing in IXL. I'd like you to get on IXL, if you can, every single day for about 20 minutes. Now, if you add that up, that equals about, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 80. That's 100 minutes of IXL for the week. And yes, IXL tells me how long you've been on. Let's see if this works. If I close this. All right, Lightning Leaders, it did the thing again. I thought that even though I was logged into myself on the video recording, it wouldn't kick me out when it switched back over to me, but it kicked me out anyways. So we're going to pick back up here. What I was doing was I was making my way over to my IXL screen so that I could show you exactly what I see. So it tells me who's been on this week, how many questions you answered, but then I can go in to this student tab here and it will tell me how long the class is practiced for, and it will go down and tell me individually how long you've been on. So I can see that on my screen. So I wanted to show you this to show you that I know what you're doing, how well you're doing. And I can even see, that there's 2 friends on IXL right now as I'm recording this video. And so I can see what you're doing, what you're working on at all times. So I just wanted to show you, when I say I want you on like roughly 5 days a week, I can see who's going on and who isn't. But I understand everyone's schedules are crazy. I get that. So if you can get on, a few times a week, that would also be okay with me. I just want you on there practicing those skills so that when we do get back to school, whether it's this year or it's the beginning of 5th grade, you are ready to go because you practiced your math skills, you have those facts ready to go, and your teachers are ready to pick up where we left off. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you still have any other questions about IXL, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer them.